Hey guys, it's Christy. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today's workout, a HIIT Inspired Pilates mat workout using a household chair or a couch, ottoman, a bench, whatever you might have in the house. HIIT Inspired, meaning we're going to be working with 30-second intervals, getting our heart rate up, doing mat work. So if that sounds good to you, get ready to join me in just a minute. Go ahead and set your mat up like so, and then I have put the two front legs of my chair on my mat so it doesn't escape away from me. Are you ready? All right, let's get this going. So come to lying down on your mat, and you'll have your hips kind of close to your chair, be not completely under your knees, so just a little bit away. And we're just gonna lift up into a bridge here. So if you wanna just like lift your hips and kind of see if you feel like you need to move closer or farther away, go ahead and feel free to do that right now. Take a minute to breathe and find your body down on the mat before we jump into what we're doing. Bringing your legs and your heels together. Heels are on the top of your chair. Let's bring your arms wide into like a T, and then just let your knees drop off to one side, and then turn your head to the opposite side. Bringing a nice big inhale into your rib cage. With an exhale, go ahead and glue that belly button down towards the mat, pressing the low back into the mat. Knees come center, and you're facing straight up towards the ceiling. Go ahead and let the knees drop off to the opposite side, turning your head again, opposite side of the knees. And then with your exhale, just sort of press the low back down against the mat as your knees come back center. I got you. And again, letting the knees go to the other direction. Take a nice big inhale, filling your ribs up with air, and then exhale, press the ribs down, press the low back down. So you're letting everything imprint as you come through center here. And then inhale one more time, letting the knees drop off to the opposite side. Head turns in the opposite direction. And then exhale, imprint everything down. So you're using your core to bring your knees back centered. Once you're here, what I want you to do is just kind of rock your pelvis forward and back, meaning press your low back down into the mat, and then let it lift, lengthening your pubic bone down and away from you through that chair. So just trying to find your natural neutral spine here. You can bring your hands onto the top of your hips, and then with your exhale, find that neutral position. Lengthen your spine as long as you can through the crown of your head, and reach your tail through the chair in front of you. So there's no visible change, but you're just lengthening. And then from here, let's take one more nice big inhale. Squeeze your knees together. Exhale, press your low back down into the mat, and you're just going to slowly lift your hips up into a bridge. Squeeze the glutes at the top, and then exhale, lower it all the way back down. All right, so that's just our little warm up. We're gonna go up into our bridge for our start position. So take a nice big inhale at the bottom, exhale, articulate your spine vertebra by vertebra as you lift the hips up. That's it. And then I'm going to go ahead and start. And for 30 seconds, you're gonna drop the knees out to the side and then squeeze them back center. Here we go. Open and close. As you come back closed, you really wanna squeeze those inner thighs together, knees together, feet are together. That's it. Whoops, I'm slipping on my little makeshift mat on top of my chair. Good. Opening and closing. Squeezing the glutes underneath you so don't fall into your hamstrings. Just take my feet off of my mat because they're slipping. All right. Squeeze your knees together. You're gonna lower your hips down, lift your hips up. No more articulation of the spine. Lower straight down, lift straight up. Let's add on. I want you to lift your arms up, palms face in, and press the backs of your shoulders down onto the mat. Lift up, lower down, lift up, lower down. You have two. Last one. Lower all the way down, let your knees fall open and arms come down onto the floor. Take a breath. Okay, bring your knees back together. Let your legs go long out on the chair. So I just have my calves on the chair. reach your arms up. We're just gonna roll it up. So tucking the chin in towards the chest, and then you can slide your elbows back behind you here. You might be kind of close to the chair. I am, so I'm gonna slide my hips back just a little bit. You're gonna bring your knees in towards your chest, and then we're gonna split the legs. One goes under, one goes up. Knees come back together. The other one goes under, the other one comes up. That's what it looks like for 30 seconds. Here we go. Under and up, pull in. The most important thing here is that when your legs lengthen out, you wanna keep the tuck of your pelvis. So your tail is curled underneath you and your low belly is really scooping, okay? Have a little crazy kitten climbing everywhere. Okay, we're to the last 4 here, and there's a change coming up. Bring both your legs over top of the chair. One leg lowers out and down, lift it back up. The other leg out and down, lift it up. You have 30 seconds of this. Good. So challenging that center line. As the leg that lowers out and down, you want to try and not slide your body weight into that hip. So you keep scooping that low belly. You have 4 left. 3, 2, last one. Pull your knees all the way into your chest. Good job. Let your feet come down and then roll your spine all the way back down. And we're going to go back into those bridges. So bring your heels to the top of the chair. Let's squeeze the legs together. Articulate your spine up into that bridge. Hold it here, 30 seconds. Knees open and close. Open, close. Keeping the glutes lifted, hips high. Really squeeze the glutes underneath you. Remember that if you want to change the shape of your body or your muscles, you want to really engage that muscle, okay? So don't just think by lifting the hips, it's going to do it. You got to really think about engaging that muscle. All right, last 2 and 1. Squeeze the legs together, lift the arms up, press the backs of the shoulders down. Lower the hips straight down, squeeze them up. Down and up, down and up. That's it. Halfway. Here we go. And up. Good. Really get those hips up there. Tuck the tail at the top. You have 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. All right. Go ahead and lengthen the legs long. On the top of the chair, you can use your hands to help you roll up here on the backs of your legs. Slide your elbows behind you, going back into that core sequence. Bring both of the knees into the chest. 30 seconds here. Split the legs, one up, one down, underneath and over top of the chair. That's it. Keeping that tail curled underneath you. Good job, you guys. Don't let that low back pop into an arch underneath you. I think that's probably the biggest challenge in this position. All right, you have 4. The next thing coming up here is both legs start over top of the chair now, and here we go. One leg goes out and down, and now the other. That's it. Trying to hold your body weight in the center as that leg opens to the outside of the chair, lowers down, lifts back up. You're already halfway. You only have 10 seconds left. Here we go. For 5 and 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull your knees in toward your chest. Bring your feet all the way down. Beautifully done. I want you to turn over onto your right side, and you're going to be on your right elbow. You're going to have your top foot on the chair, but you really want to make sure that it's like just your foot, because if it's your ankle or the inside of your leg, it's really not very comfortable. And then your bottom leg goes straight out in front of you. We're going to, for 30 seconds, lift the hips up and lower them down. It looks like this. You're going to go up and down. The top arm can reach up or it can be on your hip, however you prefer. Here we go, 30 seconds. Up and down. Make sure that the elbow underneath you is right underneath your shoulder. So it's not underneath your rib cage, And it's not out underneath your head, but right plumb line underneath the shoulder. You've got it. Good, you only have 10 seconds left, and we'll switch to the other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch to the other side. Here we go. Lift up and down. Position my elbow. That's it. So really working both sides of adductors and abductors on the legs, as well as the obliques. You guys are gonna hear the timer, but we actually have 10 more seconds after it does its little beep. Okay. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. Good. Facing your chair here. Bring your hands behind your thighs. Legs together. Let's slowly roll the spine down. Come all the way down to your waistband, but keep your head, neck, and shoulders curled forward. Bring your hands behind your head here. And we're just going to lengthen the legs up over the top of the chair. Bring the knees back in and lengthen the legs under together. Then we go back up over the top. Knees come in. Then we open the legs wide to either side of the chair and continue for 30 seconds. Here we go. Over the top, knees come in. Underneath, knees in. Go wide, knees in. Over the top. You've got it. Really draw the belly button up and back towards the mat as you lengthen the legs out long. The farther down the legs are, the greater the difficulty. Okay, so if you find going under the chair, your low back is popping up off of the mat, don't go under the chair. Just keep the legs over the top. All right, let's do this one for a minute. We already passed the 30 seconds. You can do it. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Bring your head down. Bring your feet down. Let your knees drop off to one side and then to the other side. Beautifully done. And then go ahead, roll it up. You can grab behind your legs. We're gonna go one more time back into that side oblique sequence. So getting that top foot up on top of the chair. Make sure your bottom elbow is really underneath your shoulder. Here we go, 30 seconds. Lift the hips up and down. That's it. Good. This is so good for this inner thigh, outer thigh. So really press both feet down into the floor, into the chair. Here you go for 10. Good. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Quick. Turn it over as quick as you can. Line yourself up and hips up and down. Up and down. That's it. Good. You guys got it. You might feel that one side is stronger than another. All right, that timer's gonna go off, but we still have 8 more seconds. So I'll count us out here in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Lower those hips down and face your chair. One more time, 30 seconds only this time. So go ahead and roll down, but keep your head, neck, and shoulders curled forward. Remember not to bring your feet under the chair if you find that that is compromising your lower back. 30 seconds. Here we go. Knees in, under, knees in, legs open out. Good. That's it. Keep your gaze in between your thighs, so don't let the head look up or rock back. You gotta keep watching. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. All right, good job. Rock it all the way up to seated. We're going to bring it up to all fours. So swing around so you stay facing your chair and your feet are behind you. Tuck your toes underneath you and lift up into a down dog position. So go ahead and just walk it out here for these last little 5 seconds. Walking it out. Okay. I want you to bring yourself into a plank position. Make sure your head's not hitting your chair. We're going to tap our shoulders and then reach back into that down dog position and reach opposite hand to opposite ankle. Come back to plank and tap the shoulders, okay? We're gonna do that sequence for 1 full minute, starting now. Here you go. Tap, tap, reach, reach. Good. Make sure that you maintain the integrity of your plank. As you come out to plank, your hips are not sinking, but they're not hiked either. So the challenge, of course, is in the shoulders, but also in the core. Right? We're trying to minimize the amount that our body's weight shifts from side to side. Really reach that hand to the outside of the opposite ankle as you go back. You guys got it. All right, 15 seconds left. It goes so nice and fast. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your knees down and sit it back in child's pose. Reaching your arms forward. Just take a little breath break. Okay. Bring it back up into all fours. Walk your knees forward and stand it up and hands go on the chair. So for this, you're gonna bring yourself into a plank position. We're gonna do much of what we just did a moment ago. We're gonna pull knee across the opposite elbow, just like mountain climbers, and then tap either shoulder and continue. We'll do that for a minute. Ready, go. And again, you guys choose the speed you want to go at. So this you could probably do really fast. You could even almost run it out. The most important thing again is that you maintain the alignment of your body. Keep your core engaged and make sure you're not just in your extremities. You're really working your abs, keeping your spine long, and really breathing and coordinating your breath with your movement. That's it. Last 20. Good. Go. Last 10. Oh, I like how I just tapped my shoulders and I did my knees at the same time. That was really funny. I don't even know what happened. Last 3, 2, 1, and walk your feet in. This time, back in that plank, you're gonna walk your hands down to the mat, bringing it into like a down dog, and walk your hands back up to the chair. We go 30 seconds, and the last 30, we're gonna do plank jacks, jumping the feet out and back in. Ready, go. Hands down, one at a time, hips back, hands up, and shoulders forward. So we're working through a transfer of weight, and then just alternate which hand goes down to the ground first. Good job, you guys. Okay. So this is really great to work on your shoulder girdle, right? If you do push-ups and you find that your shoulder blades kind of like wing up towards the ceiling, this really helps work the muscles around and underneath that shoulder blade to just give you more stability, more support, right? Besides the fact that we're really just playing with our abdominal strength here, making sure they can hold us every time we come back out into that plank Did I do that for a minute? You guys, you did that for a minute. All right, ready? 1 minute of jacks, in and out. Okay, so it was 30, but it's going so fast. 30 is nice. 45 is a bit longer. 30 goes really fast. Careful not to drop your hips. Yeah? And light on your feet. Good. Shoulders stay right over your wrists. You're almost halfway. Good. Really squeeze the glutes. So keep your legs strong. Ready? Last 30. Tuck your tail. Pull your abs up and in. Breathe. And 20. There we go. Good job, you guys. This is fun. I hope you're liking this. Just fun to mix it up. So important to get the heart rate going. Last 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk your feet all the way in. Beautiful. All right, so make sure your shoulders are over your hands and your hips are over your ankles. So your feet have come pretty far in here. I want you to reach your right leg back behind you, point the toes, lift the leg up, lower down, go for 30, up and down. So just kind of slowing that heart rate down. As you're here, I want you to think about balancing the weight of your body over your midline. So you haven't leaned way out into that left hip. So your right arm should have some pressure coming down through it. That's it. Really pull up from the back of that glute. Change feet. Keep going. Left leg lifts and lowers. Good. And if you want, you can even flex the foot. So you're pulling up with the heel, and the heel is what is it connected to our posterior chain, so the back chain of the body. So that helps us to feel the glutes. We're gonna go right back to the right leg, and we're gonna add the left arm with it in 2, 1. Reach the right leg back, left arm forward for 30. They go down together and out together. That's it. So a little more challenging here, being that we're only on 2 pegs and most of your weight is in the leg. You've got some weight in your right arm, but not a lot, okay? The goal would be to be able to lift the right arm off the chair. We're gonna change in 2 and 1. Change sides. Left leg reaches back, right arm reaches out, they lower and lift. You've got it. That's it. Good job, you guys. Keep your spine nice and long. You're still balancing over your midline, so you shouldn't be able to lift your big toe because there's pressure underneath it, which means you're using your midline. Last one. Whew. Okay, step your feet way back there, reach your hips back, reach your arms forward, hands are flat on the chair, and just give yourself a nice stretch here. So bring your head in between your biceps, spread your sit bones to the wall behind you, take a nice big stretch. Oh, that feels good. And exhale, round it all the way forward, and you can just walk forward and stand it up. One thing I wanted to do down on the mat. So we're gonna sit back down on the mat. You're going to bring your feet up on the chair, legs are together, and for 30 seconds, fingers facing forward. Otherwise, your fingers face out depending on the tightness in your chest. You're just gonna hover your hips over the floor and you're gonna bend and lift. So just a tricep press here, and then we will finish with lifting the hips and lowering the hips down. Ready? Here we go. Bend and lift. So just the triceps for 30. As you bend, you really want to direct your elbows back behind you, not out. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Knees and feet stay together. Good. Hips really aren't moving. As you lower, it's because you're lowering or you're bending your arms. Last 2 Arms stay straight. Lift your hips and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. So you're really squeezing the inside of your legs right underneath the fold of your glutes here. And 10. You gotta get them up high. And 5. I'm laughing because I have a calf cramp. And 2. Do one more with me. And lower it all the way down. Good job, you guys. Shake your arms out. Swing your legs around. Come up to standing. And yes, you can sit on the chair for just a minute. Hands on either side of the chair. Step your feet way out there so you're straight. You're gonna lift your hips up, spread your chest up towards the ceiling, and look back behind you, and then just lower down. I'm not gonna bend the elbows. 30 seconds like that, starting now. That's it. Inhale. So as you press up, your inner thighs are squeezing together. Your glutes are squeezing underneath you, and your full bottom of your foot is in contact with the floor. Careful that as you come down, your shoulders don't start to reach up towards your ears because your arms are tired. 2 more. Last one. And you can sit it up on your chair. Okay, shake your arms out. 30 seconds like that, starting now. That's it. Inhale. Your inner thighs are squeezing together. Last one. All right, you guys did it. Good job. Stay seated on your chair, and let's just finish with some spinal rotation. So sit on the edge of your chair, feet just under your knees. Make sure they're not back or out forward, okay? And let's bring your hands behind your head. Lift your spine up nice and tall. Let's rotate towards the left. From here, I want you to reach your back hand behind you. See if you can get to the back of the chair, and then pull yourself around even farther. Let your eyes look back behind you, because the body will always follow our gaze. Bring that hand back behind the head, and then face back center. Lift the spine up long and tall. Twist around to the right. Reach your back arm behind you. If it's to the front of the chair, back of the chair, wherever you can grab a hold of, to continue spiraling up and around. And I don't want you to lean back. So I want you to really lift tall. Feel your sit bones underneath you, and face center again. Here we go. Around to the other side. I'm going to stop this. We'll go a little bit longer for this one. Again, reach behind you wherever you can hold on to help yourself twist into more rotation. Let your eyes go back. Draw your belly up and in, so don't forget about it here. Hand behind your head and face forward. Twist again to the right. So you're really trying to lift the spine. Use your hands behind your head to lift your head and give your spine the direction that you want to go. And then grab a hold of that chair behind you where you can. Okay, so you notice with this side, I can't really get back. I can kind of get back behind there. The difficulty with that arm to reach, right? So every side is different. And then face center. Keep your hands behind your head. Let's just open our heart up towards the ceiling. Head goes up and back. So you're really lifting up from mid rib cage, up and back. Exhale, soften everything. Curl forward, scoop your belly, and just look down. So you're not closing in on yourself, you're just looking down gently. Lift your spine up, back nice and tall. And now lift your heart up towards the ceiling. Lift your spine up as you arch it back. And then exhale. Soften the ribs, fold them up in the front, scoop your belly, press the belly button back. Just gently look down. One more time, restack the spine nice and vertical. Lift the heart up, lift up as you arch back. So that's called an elongated extension. Slowly bring the chin down, bring the gaze forward, restacking the spine, arms down long by your sides. Give them a shake out, and you guys are finished. Good job. You can give yourself an applause. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up. That helps the channel. Subscribe if you would like to, and then you'll get a notification every time I post a new video, which is once a week. So thank you again so much, and I hope to see you next time. Have a great day.